Hello! Yeah, I thought I'd just do a quick video and show you a few things that I've picked up this afternoon. Wouldn't normally do this, but I've had a couple of messages recently, and yeah, a few people may be interested in the places that I sort of go to dig for records, really, and maybe it's nice to share information like that, and yeah, especially if there's a few people who are watching these videos who are sort of localish to where I am. I had an hour to kill this afternoon. I was sort of Greater Manchester area, and yeah, there's a shop in Haywood called Vinyl Groove. I go in there occasionally. I mean, not that often, a handful of times a year probably. And the reason I like it there is because it's got a back room, and that's where all the reject stock goes, I guess, or, less valuable items, less interesting items, things with maybe condition issues. And all the 12-inch singles are £1, albums are £2. I'm not sure about 7s because I've never got round to looking at them. So, yeah, I've spent £21. I've got 13 records. I just thought I'd show you what I've picked up, and you can decide whether I've spent wisely or not. So maybe this first one's one of the better ones. This is A Certain Ratio. This is their single from 1980. Flight is the lead track. It's got this in there. I mean, condition's not brilliant, but it's not terrible either. I think it'll clean up and it'll probably play all right. That was all right for £1. Shriekback. This is like a double 12 gatefold sleeve sort of thing. Probably not worth a lot more than what I paid for it, but it's got all lined up, and My Spine is the bass line, which I've mentioned before, and it's really good. The Associates, Fourth Draw Down. So I've listened to this before. I've had this record before. This is like an early compilation. I think it might be stuff that was maybe recorded before Sulk or around that time anyway. Maybe this is supposed to come with an inner, but it doesn't. My favourite track on here is an instrumental track just titled The Associates, I think. That's decent for £2. I've got this The single, Sweet Bird of Truth. I like The. I went to see them fairly recently, maybe a couple of years before COVID. But I don't know loads of stuff. This is a single from 87. This sleeve's a bit tatty, but again, for £1, that's alright. Manu Dibango. I think these two tracks are on releases that I've picked up. Maybe this is from an album I got recently, and this is on a 7-inch single that I got recently. But this Big Blow track, this is a extended version or the full version. So yeah, pretty pleased to get that. Roberta Flack featuring Donny Hathaway. This is an album from 79. I got the single Back Together again recently, and that was a keeper, so I just fancied listening to this. The condition of this is not great, but I just weighed it up and I decided it needs a clean. There's definitely a few marks on it, but it's £2, and yeah, I fancied it, so hopefully that will sound alright. If not, I've not lost out too much. Yeah, so this is a Motown compilation from the 70s. Didn't actually recognise this one. There's loads of Motown comps. And maybe I'm more familiar with the first two in this series, I'm not sure, but yeah, I just thought I just had a look at it and looked at the track listing, and I thought there's a lot of less familiar things on here, so I just thought, there might be something great, and I hadn't really studied it too much, but it's got this track here, Sister's Love, Give Me Your Love. And it's worth getting for that alone. That single is in demand. The original 45 goes for a lot of money. So I don't know when this comes from. 70, maybe 76. That's a Curtis Mayfield track, and Yeah, I've not played it yet, but I'm sort of hopeful that it'll sound great. So yeah, for a few quid, it's well worth it. I mean, that compilation's not worth a lot more than that, but yeah, maybe this is maybe maybe that might be the best find out of all these. I don't know. I got this disco tune, Jimmy Bo Horn, Dance Across the Floor. Not one I was familiar with, but what's on the B-side? It's Your Sweet Love. I think this has had like 2 million views on YouTube, so I don't know if that's a good sign or not. Womack and Womack. Now, I thought I'd struck gold with this one because I was sort of aware that there's a Womack and Womack release that's got some remixes on it, and it's worth finding. I hadn't really looked into it too much, so I wasn't sure who the remix was by, even what the single was. Anyway, this was in there, and it's got remixes by Frankie Knuckles. So I'm thinking, right, this is the one, and it is, but it isn't. This has got the Lost Property remix, which is 5 minutes 36, and there's another version of this single, which has got a different remix by him, which is the Paradise Ballroom mix, which is 9 minutes long, and that's the one that people are after. It's got a different sleeve, actually. Now I've looked into it. It was only released in the US, so you're probably not going to find it over here that easily. But yeah, that's quite, that goes for 30 quid plus, and it was reissued a few years ago, 2018, and the reissue's going for a similar amount, it seems. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. I've listened to this on YouTube. I still quite like it. I'll probably keep hold of it. I've put the Paradise Ballroom mix on YouTube. If anyone's interested, you can have a listen. But it's probably worth the money. I got this classical LP. It is a mono. I mean, if it was stereo, it would probably be worth quite a bit. But yeah, Milstein, I don't often see his records, and I think he's kind of highly regarded violinist. So yeah, I thought I'll grab that. New National Youth Jazz Orchestra. So none of these tracks are on YouTube. This might be their first release. I'm not sure. It must be early 70s. When I looked it up on Discogs, one of the descriptors was jazz funk. So I thought there's a slim chance here there might be at least one track that I'm into. So yeah, looking forward to spinning that. Got another copy of this, Simon Park, Venus Flytrap. I've mentioned this record before, I Can't Stand the Rain. Here's a brilliant cover version, so that'll get donated to someone, I guess, at some point. And yeah, and finally this London Community Gospel Choir LP, Feel the Spirit. This is from, I think it was 85 or 86. 86, yeah, again, couldn't find anything on YouTube. But yeah, I fancied having a listen. You never know, there might be something good on there. So yeah, that's it. All those for 21 quid. Yeah, let me know what you think. Cheers.